Okay, let's talk. I feel like this video is needed for so many reasons. First of all, it's been quite a year, and second of all, I am just in a bit of a chatty mood, so I thought it would be good to catch up with you to see if I have followed my goals that I set at the beginning of 2022 and also tell you what my plans will be for the remaining of the year. Now, we'll be talking about various different things in my life, for example, health, money, YouTube, and personal development. So do stay tuned. So much has happened this year already, and we're only half year in. At the beginning of the year, something terrible happened to me in my personal life, and I was talking to my friends about it, and I told her, oh my god, I'm so done with 2022. Give me 23 any day now. And little did I know, it got worse. The prices have skyrocketing, the interest rates are rising, job vacancies, it's at all-time high. It seems like no one just wants to take jobs anymore, which I don't blame them. If the company is still treating their employees as a piece of equipment, then yeah, I can understand that. I do have a little note here with me today just to remind me of my talking points. So first of all, let's start with what has happened this year in general. In terms of travel, I went to the US, so Pennsylvania and West Virginia, back in February on my own. If you have been to this channel a while, you know that I did study abroad in the US when I was 18, so I still know some people there, and I try to go to visit them in West Virginia every now and again so that we keep contact. And then back in May/June, I went to Dublin, but oh my god, Dublin is so expensive, and it was actually quite an odd place because although like you see the Irish flags everywhere, but you also see American flag there as well, because I suppose there's a lot of American tech companies there. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see. In terms of the travel plan for the remaining of the year, so my family was meant to be coming over to visit me, and then we'll go to Rome, and that was meant to be for July. However, due to the backlog of visa, they have now been waiting for their visa to be approved for nearly 2 months now, and some of my family members still haven't had their visa. So this trip has now been postponed to September, and apart from that, we don't really have anything planned for. Now, when we touch base on the financial plans, you kind of understand why, but yeah, let's leave it at that for now. By the way, can I just say, look at my hair. I washed my hair last night, went to bed and woke up, and it looks like this. It's giving me this like beachy, perfect waves, which I'm all here for it. I just wish that it looks like this every day, but obviously it doesn't, sadly. In terms of self-growth, if you've been here a while, you know that I am big on learning, self-development. Now, for years and years now, I was working on this thing, and I actually made a video on it titled, I think it hasn't been published yet, but I think the title will be How Not to Be Jealous of Other People's Perfect Lives. And it was something that I had to work on consistently. However, at the beginning of the year, I had another goal, which kind of like a sequel from that, which is I wanted to really be truly happy for other people. And now when people tell me of their success, I just go like, I'm really happy for you, and not just saying it, but actually feeling it as well. And for me, it's quite a big achievement, and yeah, I'm really happy with my progress. So in terms of the second half of the year, I will keep working on this, you know, being truly happy for other people. But apart from that, I will also be working on something that I have struggled since I was 18, which is public speaking or group conversations. So this is something that I really struggle with, especially when it comes to public speaking or a group conversation where all the attention is on me in English speaking environment. I am not as impacted when it comes to speaking in Thai, but when it comes to speaking in English, I don't know, not that I don't know, I know exactly why, and it's something that I will be working on. In terms of health, you know, obviously health is a very important thing, and I think this has changes throughout my lifetime. When I was younger, when I was in university, The way I related health, actually I wasn't really thinking about health, it was all about looks. So I went on various different diets, I exercised loads, and not because of the health reason, but for to look a certain way. And as I'm in my 30s now, I'm much older, I concentrate and focus my effort on the health and not just the appearances. At the beginning of the year, I set the goals to exercise more. It wasn't something specific. However, a couple of months back, I said to myself that I will aim to exercise at least twice a week. Now, I know many of you may think, oh my God, that's not a lot at all, but I don't believe in setting goals that is not achievable, because so for me, twice a week, and most of the time I'll go to the gym once a week, and then another time I'll run with my dog Drizzle, or sometimes if I don't run with him, then I'll go to the gym twice a week. Easy enough. And also bear in mind that because I've got a dog, he needs to be walked twice a day. So every day now I do at least one walk. Obviously sometimes Glenn would walk him, so that means I will only walk him once a day. In terms of food or what I put into my body, I have realized that I am actually not a big breakfast eater, and if anything, I feel like big breakfast just makes me hungry for the remaining of the day. So I am sort of implementing this intermittent fasting plus intuitive eating. So I did intermittent fasting before in the past, in my uni years, and because the goal then was to look certain ways, it did really put a lot of stress to my body because I was so strict. Now this time around, I will aim to eat later on in the day, like maybe 11 or 12, and then if there are days that I'm really hungry or starving in the morning, I would just eat. So I think that's kind of like a nice balance. When it comes to me, my body, I actually don't deal well at all when things are being too stressed. It just causes more problem for me. When it comes to money or financial goals, I feel like I had to scrap off what I planned for at the beginning of the year completely, because obviously at the beginning of 2022, we didn't know, or a lot of us wasn't sure how the year was going to pan out, but it has turned out to be the way it is. So going forward from today onwards, here is my plan. In general, I plan to there's a fly in the house. First of all, in terms of income, I will find additional income and reduce as much expenses as possible so that I can create even a bigger gap between the two. And the main reason that I'm doing this is centered around what I talked about in what rising interest rates will do to your wallet video. The thing is, during the time of high interest rates and that the recession is right around the corner, many assets prices will go down, either go down or stabilize. Property prices, real estate prices, for example, is most likely to stabilize, and therefore investing in assets will give greater return rather than investing in the time that these assets prices are relatively high. And this is not something that I sort of imagine it in my head. You know, you may have heard as well the saying that goes, many millionaires are made during recession, and I believe this will be the case this year and next year. Now, I'm not saying that I will be a millionaire anytime soon, because obviously I don't earn enough money to be investing that much. However, I would like to make as much gain as I possibly can during the time when the assets are cheap or cheaper, let's say. But with that in mind, in order to do this, it will require a lot of hard work and sacrifice. And the first thing that I will sacrifice in terms of my income is that I will need to sacrifice my privacy. I have a spare bedroom and it's just been used as guest bedroom slash office. So it is actually kind of my office. However, we have decided, me and my husband have decided to rent that room out for short-term let in order to bring us extra income. I did mention before that with the rising of interest rates, my mortgage now is going to be £300 higher every single month. So hopefully this additional income will cover some of that additional expenses plus more. In terms of expenses, and you know, this is a special time, so it is going to require a special effort. I have reviewed my expenses, and in order to cut down even more, I need to set a stricter rule for myself. I initially think about doing a no buy 6 months between now until the end of the year. However, I don't know, I feel like extreme frugality might not do well for me mentally. So what I will be doing instead is to do a low by 6 months. So there will be certain categories that I will completely cut down and I will not buy at all. And those will be mainly clothes and beauty products, i.e. makeup. And when I go into the office, I wouldn't be buying coffees. You know, if you watch my vlog video, I normally buy coffee when I go into the office, but now that I'm going into the office more often, I don't want to spend money on that. So I'll be buying no coffees when I go into the office. And those are the main expenses categories that I will completely cut out until the end of the year. This will be very difficult, but I am more than happy to give it a go, and I'll keep you posted of how it goes. And just to touch base in terms of investing quickly, apart from building a bigger cash buffer, because you know, we don't know during the time of recession or stagflation whether my job or my husband's job will be secured. So yes, a lot of money will go into cash. However, we're not really changing our strategy in terms of investing. We'll be putting money in our usual pots, which is the ETF, and the platform that I'm using for that is Invest Engine, because they offer really low fees, so I'm more than happy. But additionally, I also want to look for other ways to invest in real estate or property. I think I'm looking at Fundrise or REITs at the moment, so I'll keep you posted which one I choose and why, etc. in future videos. Again, all this is basically making the most of the 3 pillars of building wealth that I talk about all the time, which is increasing your income, decreasing your expenses, and putting the difference in investing. But I guess I'm just going to do it a little bit more hardcore this year and next year. Now, the final topic, we have YouTube. And one of the goals I had at the beginning of the year was to smoothen my video production workflow, because oh my god, I used to spend 15 or 20 hours into producing one video. The thing is, with these YouTube videos, you can just sit there and spend days improving it bit by bit. But in terms of marginal value that those changes add, sometimes it doesn't really add any value at all. So I set a goal at the beginning of the year that for every video that I make, I will spend a maximum of 4 hours in editing, because that's the task that probably takes the most time. And with the editing time reduced, and that means that the maximum time that I will spend per one video would be right around maybe 10 hours max, which I have followed that through for most videos, and I am pretty happy with that. In terms of plan for the YouTube channel for the second half of the year, first of all, I want to explore more into the shorts realm. And the thing with short is, it doesn't really take that much effort to film at all, because I could be doing something that I normally do in London or in UK, and I just film the footage while I'm doing them, and the editing time is half an hour or an hour max, so it doesn't really take that long. Another plan that I have for YouTube for the second half of the year is to really find the right content mix. Now, when I say content mix, I mean, because I'm talking or touching different topics in this channel, if you have followed me at the beginning, you know that I have always struggled with what I want to talk about. At the beginning, I did talk about purely life in the UK and those sort of thing, and I wasn't really happy with that, because I do have various different interests. So what I have been doing for the past couple of months is basically for every month I will upload 6 videos. 2 will be on the money topic, which is something that I love talking about. Another 2 will be on UK and London, and another 2 will be on self-improvement, self-growth or career. So these are what I've been testing for the past 1.5 months. So because of the time horizon that I have been testing this content mix is quite short, I can't really tell. So only time will tell. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be able to figure out the right or the perfect content mix that I want to be doing for the year 2023. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, I haven't really done a chatty and a catch-up update in a long while. Do let me know in the comments how the first half of the year has been for you, and what is your plan for the remaining of the year. Have you made any changes in your goals, financial goals, career goals? Let's have a conversation, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.